It has been a little slow on the flight simulator development side this week. It appears that Sim Update 5 hangover is still continuing. That being said, it has been a massive week in aircraft news from the third-party developers. So we've got you covered with that, so let's jump into this week's video. Welcome to another Microsoft Flight Simulator update video. This is where we bring you each and every week all the important news and updates of the development of this new flight sim. Please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that way we can tell you about all the important cool flight sim stuff goes live. Jumping straight into this week's previews and announcements, and the first one goes to the team at Aerosoft announcing this week that the CRJ 900 and 1000 has been delayed until late September. This is due to the work needed to overcome the struggles from Sim Update 5 that introduced all those problems. Aerosoft did mention they would have an update out for the 550/700 very soon, which obviously has had a few glitches since Sim Update 5 was released, or it may even be out by the time you see this video. In other good news from the team, they did mention that they have begun testing the CRJ for Xbox, or the Xbox version. No details on a release date other than they're just testing it at the moment. Moving on to the next announcement, and this goes to the team at Phoenix. These are the guys that are developing the study level Airbus A320 that was announced about a month ago. They have provided a performance update. This was due to Sim Update 5. Phoenix mentions the A320 is performing, or their A320 is performing better than the default A320 that's in the sim currently. This is very interesting. Examples were provided with the sim rendering at 4K using a 2K or 1440 display on ultra settings. Their Phoenix A320 was achieving 41.2 frames opposed to the default A320 of 41.7, which is marginal, but it's very interesting that theirs is performing better. Phoenix also showcased a number of liveries which we should expect to see in the package when it is released. The team did mention they're expecting to move the Airbus to a beta testing sometime soon, but didn't really give us any sort of indication of when the product will be released. Moving on to the next announcement for the week, and this goes to the team at Just Flight. Again, they're showcasing some screenshots of their up-and-coming project of the Fokker F-28. This time it was something different than previous screenshots in the past. We got to see a cockpit of the Fokker in daylight. From the looks of the screenshots that were provided, it looks like the cockpit modeling is nearly complete. Again, no detail on pricing of the Fokker F-28 or the release date, but of course we're going to keep you posted on the development of this project from Just Flight. Moving on to the biggest news when it comes to aircraft this week, and this is from the team at DC Designs this week announcing that they are releasing the F-14 Tomcat for new sim. We should see this hitting our virtual runways on August the 19th, which is next week. The package is including two variants of the Tomcat, which is the A and B. Now, we've been very lucky enough at the Oz Flight Sim channel to have a preview version of the F-14 Tomcat, and we've had limited time in it, but what we are seeing is that the aircraft is pretty system heavy and a lot of the buttons do work in the cockpit, and it's really reflecting of the real aircraft. The aircraft will come with a payload manager that will be included so you can mount weapons, and those weapons do have an interaction when it comes to the aircraft and how it performs. The Tomcat is optimized for VR for all the VR users out there. You can pick up your copy of the F-14 Tomcat over at the Just Flight store from August the 19th. I believe they have an exclusive on the product for a limited time. We will follow up with this next week and provide a full feature list once the Tomcat is released. But from what we can see, it's looking good so far. Kicking off this week's release, and the first one goes to the team at Wired Sim with their subsonic JSX2 for the new sim. The JSX2 was released 3 weeks ago, but I do apologize, we did miss it. But the subsonic is a personal jet concept aircraft. It first flew in 2011 and entered production soon afterwards, with its first production aircraft shipped in 2015. Wired Sim was able to collaborate with the actual developers of the real aircraft, Sonic Aircraft, aircraft, and they claim that they've been able to provide a high level of fidelity of the aircraft. Features include 5 liveries, of course PBR texturing, fine-tuned modern flight model, advanced rain effects, and a fully custom EFIS has been included for the aircraft. You can pick up your copy of the Wide Sim Subsonic directly from the Sim Market store. I'll leave a link in the description below, and stay tuned. We're actually going to test drive this aircraft in the next week or so video will be out for that one. The next release for the week goes to the team at PAXim, releasing Reno Toha International Airport. Reno Toha Airport is located in the state of Nevada and is the second busiest airport in that state, being next to McCarran, which is the largest in Las Vegas. The airport sees traffic from other locations across the USA, such as LA, Portland, and Chicago, just to name a few. Some of the features that are included in this package is a accurate airport layout, including the towers, the hangar, the concourse, and the terminals. The runways have been color corrected, and the apron and tarmacs do reflect as they do in the real life airport. Custom buildings in the surrounding areas also have been included, such as the casino. The airport has been optimized for smooth experience with next to no frame impact. You can pick up your copy of PAXim Reno Tahoe over at the PAXim store. I'll leave a link in the description below. Climax Software this week releases a Mexico City International Airport for Microsoft Flight Simulator. The airport is located 3 nautical miles northeast of the Mexican city itself, and it is draped with many years of aviation history all the way back to 1910. The airport sees more than 30 domestic and international airlines, and it's hub for more than 100 destinations around the globe. No real mention on features, but from the looks of things, this package includes the T2 extension and the current airport conditions. You can pick up your copy of Flymex Software Mexico City directly from the Sim Market store. Again, as always, we'll leave a link in the description. Moving on to this week's development news, and unfortunately there's not much news from the Microsoft Flight Simulator team this week, but they did mention they are continuing to track our feedback after Sim Update 5, and they are preparing for more fixes and improvements coming our way with the release of World Update 6. So it still seems that they are on the hangover from Sim Update 5 and working very hard to fix all the bugs and issues, and as far as we know, World Update 6 is still currently on track for the release later in this month, which is probably only a couple of weeks away. Microsoft Flight Simulator is only a few days away from its first birthday. How's that? The sim has nearly been out for 12 months. I must admit, the sim has come a long way from when it first was released to the virtual skies. The future is bright in my opinion for the sim, and now that the Xbox Console Edition has been added to the fleet, we should see or start to see an increase of more DLCs from the team and improvements to the sim of all the features that we've been wanting to see. No updates this week on the development roadmap, and updates to the feedback snapshot on the wish list are very minute, but I did see one thing that had been added on and also had the action to started, and that is a beta version players can enable before patch. Now, I'm not 100% sure what that means, but it could be that we may have the option to switch sim updates on or off, or have the option to opt in and opt out when it comes to sim updates. Now, this was a bit of a talk when it comes to sim update 5, as a lot of virtual flight simmers, if they knew, would have liked to have the option for not updating to sim update 5, as it's caused crashes to desktops or installation issues and people haven't been able to use the sim. So if this is that sort of option that the team at Sobo is bringing, thumbs up guys, and that would be good. So let's see what that brings. No update from the SDK team this week, as they are on vacation, and the marketplace has seen no updates as well. This is due to a technical issue that the team is working on to find a resolution for, so we should see a marketplace update sometime soon. This week we saw 9 new airports added to the sim in selected stores around the world or the globe, 0 aircraft and 2 sceneries, and no mission packs. If you like this video as part of your pre-flight checks, please hit that like button. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe for more Oz Flight Sim content and share with your friends and family. This helps us spread the word of flight simulation and aviation. We also stream every Wednesday and Sunday at 8 PM GMT +10. Feel free to drop by and join in with the multiplayer shenanigans. Xbox users, PC users, everybody is welcome. I'm going to leave you with some other flight sim videos here. Feel free to check those out, and I'll see you over there.